Well, hello there. It's been a long time. How are you doing today? It's Friday, and that means it is time for Muppin Sewing Emporium. How are you doing? I am your host, Cheryl Muppin Whited. You can call me Muppin. My friends, how are you doing today? It is a fantastic, beautiful Friday here in downtown Paducah, Kentucky. I am your host, Cheryl Sloboda and Whited, and I hope you are doing fantastically well today. I am here to you live through the power of the internet, and we have so much news to tell you. My goodness, where have we been? What are we doing? There's so much to tell you. If you're out there and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, say hello. Would love to see where you are coming from tonight. We have Mr. Spooky. Say hello, Mr. Spooky. He is he's not talking today. We have been on the road. We have been in California and Phoenix and all sorts of places. There was a birthday I had in there as well. I am now 50 years old. That seems pretty insane to me. It is a beautiful day here in Kentucky. We've got lots of stuff to open, stuff that's going on. So, what else is happening? Our show is coming to you from Paducah, and we are about to open our shop. It has been a whirlwind. We have decided that we wanted to open our doors sooner rather than later. And we have worked very, very hard to get those doors open. And I got to tell you, it's kind of exciting. And it's been a lot of fun. So if you have not come through Paducah or looked at what we're doing on our Facebook page over at Muppin. If you're here on this Facebook page, then you know. But I want to tell you, it's been crazy. We have been super busy painting. So of course, like my fingernails are absolutely trash. They are disgusting. It is going to be rather exciting. We did have a fabric rep meeting. We have some beautiful fabrics coming into the shop. And for those of you that do not live anywhere near Paducah, Kentucky, I have to tell you that you will be able to purchase a lot of these products on our website. So that is also extremely exciting. So we've been madly getting our shop ready to open, and we have so I've been painting. I just scrubbed the floors. We've got all our product, or we now have all of our product. We have a lot of product, and we have fixtures and all kinds of things that we're putting out there, and it's crazy. In the meantime, something that did happen here during our break, and I may have mentioned this well before we went offline for the holiday, is that if you do not have a carbon monoxide detector in your home, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you get one. They're about $50 on you can get them at any major Walmart, Target, wherever you do your department store shopping. That $50 will save your life. We had our carbon monoxide detector here in our building plugged in, and it went off. I don't remember if you remember that we had the heat on, and I was feeling a little lightheaded, a little woozy. The carbon monoxide detector went off, and it was our heat was not vented properly and could have killed us. So your carbon monoxide detector will save your life. That is my PSA for you today. My friends, if you have not yet signed up for our email list, please do so. I am going to kick over the comments where you can sign up for our email list. You will get all the news about our shop, our hours, our etc. etc. That, my friends, I would love for you to go do so that you can follow along with Muppin Sewing Emporium here in Paducah, Kentucky. I had a lovely a lovely video of me painting. Tracy says the shop looks great. Videos. I keep thinking, how can you paint in pretty clothes? I don't go near the walls at all. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I'm not very successful sometimes. I do get paint usually all over my hands, but pretty good about keeping it off my clothing for some reason. So thank you for that, Tracy. I gotta say, it's been a crazy few weeks since the beginning of the year. So we've been now to 2 states. We're planning to do some more travel, etc. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. Let's get to this unboxing, shall we? Because we have quite a few things to open, things that have come in the mail. These are things that we are going to put in the shop. Now, one of the things that I wanted as part of my shop was the ability for me to have a vintage or antique section with these things that I keep finding, and I can't help myself on getting and keeping them and buying them. And what I have decided is I cannot keep all of these vintage cool things, that they must go and live with other people who will love them. And that is what we have in all of this. Plus there's a box, and I really don't even remember what's in this box. And so it'll be like a mystery. Hopefully it's not anything bad. So let's do it, shall we? There we go. All right. So this is box number 1. Now I know what's in this. I hope you're as excited as I am. Now, one of the things that I got for the shop, and I believe I was in Shipshewana, Indiana when I got it. Okay. What I got from this Shipshewana, I was at the show in Shipshewana, and it wasn't a very good quilt show, but it was a great antiquing area. Let me tell you, if you've ever wanted to go antiquing, that's the place to go. And so I went there, and I found a gumball machine. And I have been dreaming. Now that was last June. And ever since last June, I have been wanting to do this gumball machine right. And so this is what's going in the gumball machine. And what do we got? 2 pounds. 2 pounds of buttons. Lot C. Now these are vintage mother of pearl, mostly shank buttons, and all I saw was this just giant dumped out thing. But let's get in here and take a look, because these are cool. Now some of them, like this one here, does not have a shank on it anymore, but you can still use these buttons, and these are really cool. A lot of them do still have the shanks on them, so that's awesome. We've got some that have, like, you know, pins in them. They must have been attached to cards. We've got some that are carved. See, I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. That's been carved. I apologize for the condition of my nails. It has been so hard on my nails, all the painting and the scrubbing. I was on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor, and I got to tell you, I will not show you video of that because no one needs to see that. But some of these buttons are carved. Just an incredible array of buttons. 2 pounds in this bag. I don't really want you all on the table here. Bag o buttons. And so we got this gumball machine. Oh, look at that one. So cool. Look at that. And of course, you know, a lot of these, are you going to work with me here, machine? There we go. A lot of these buttons, they can be revived if they are kind of dull looking like this. You can soak the buttons and they will kind of like revive a little bit. So we have gumball ball. I guess it's the, you know, the capsules that you get out of a gumball machine. We're going to fill the little capsules with some buttons, and you'll be able to put 25 cents into our gumball machine here in the shop. Also in our gumball machine, we're going to have 1 or 2 gumballs in there that have a super big discount in the gumball. So we're really going to do, like, I cannot believe these really cool buttons, and they were just so inexpensive. This lot of buttons, I couldn't believe it. I had to have them. Now there's like some gunk, you know, like the occasional piece of gunky thread on it, but I mean, like, look at that. Isn't that the weirdest, coolest button? Like, what kind of outfit do you put a button like that on? Like, is that a collar or a cuff? Like, these are all very old. Most mother of pearl buttons are pretty old. Here's a pearl, but it looks like it's plastic or glass. I'll have to test it. And I really don't want to dig too deep in here, but I'm pretty excited about said button collection. Now, for those of you that are like, but Cheryl, I want to come to your shop, but I do not think I will get there anytime soon. No worries. I feel like that's very, what is it, ASMR with the sound of buttons. Not me picking them up off the counter, of course, but look at how tiny. Some of these are like little tiny decorative buttons. Like, that is the tiniest little button. And so this, I'm very excited about having in the shop. Some of these buttons were probably in somebody's big button jar, and I do have another box of buttons to go through, but they, if I'm not mistaken, are all plastic. I don't think they're glass. But mother of pearl buttons, and I couldn't beat this this giant 2-pound bag of buttons for such an inexpensive price, and they are going in our gumball machine. I don't know if you are as excited about that as I am, but I am so excited about these going into a gumball machine. So you can put in a quarter and get some vintage buttons. I just think that's so cool. Okay, so here's our next one. This is not going to be, I take that back. It's not that it's not as exciting, it's just not the same level, of I mean, I love buttons. And so here's another goodie bag. Now, I love how some of these are packed because they are pretty wild. Okay, so we don't have anything else in there. I think you can tell from the package here. Oh, I don't know if I want to see somebody else's address on it though. Let's hide that just in case. Okay. Let's pull these out of here and then we'll talk. All right. So thank you. I supported a business. That is awesome. Yes. All right. So, many of you know what these are. These are um embroidered blocks for different states. And the reason that I was able to get this set as inexpensively as I did is because they're not all here. All of the states are not represented. So there's like half states and then like wacky other stuff. So we'll talk about the states first. These were very popular. These are the states and the state flower. And initially I was like, "Oh, I'm going to pass on that. I don't really feel like an incomplete set of um states or anything that I would be interested in." And because you can't really make anything out of just part of what's here, except my business my business is in a very tourist area. If you don't know this about Paducah, Paducah is a very tourist town when it comes to quilting because the quilt museum is right across the street. It's that way. And I thought that individually these blocks could sell to someone who is from that state. And so I thought, okay, well, that makes the incomplete set of state blocks a little more attractive, right? Because there's at least a small amount of people who would be interested in the single states. And it's not a lot of states here. There's no like Kentucky or anything like that. But we've got some Dakotas and we've got, Vermont. But these are, just again, I saw the listing, I couldn't help myself. And I said, somebody will love the individual state, right? If you're from that state, it will be kind of a cool little souvenir to take home from Paducah. And so that was the first idea with these. And then it came with like all this other crazy stuff. And I mean crazy. Like this is some kind of like monkey and he's really weird. And we've got an elephant and a lion and a giraffe, and they're all on different colors, which is very odd, but they are not they're not pre-printed. These were put onto um this fabric, and you can very lightly see that this one is not finished. So, there's room here for someone to finish them. I am going to try to clean them up a bit because they do have a little bit of staining, but I think that will wash out. And we did do some of that on Heirloom Afternoon. Oh, there's more states. They're mixed in. Oh, I thought there were more states. Okay, there are more states. Ooh, Texas. We'll get a lot of Texans. South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, and Idaho. So, again, these states, because there's not a lot of them, you're going to get somebody from those states that are going to want that individual block. If you are from one of these individual states, send me a message. If you would like one of these individual states, if you are from Alabama, if you are from Idaho, etc., if you feel like you know somebody who wants these, send it along. Okay, so then we have the crazy animals with the monkeys and the lion, and these will probably be sold as a set. And then these, I don't even remember this being part of the listing. Maybe they just threw them in. But there's like these weird little cat blocks. And they're little fuzzy cats and birds and or other little animals. So here's a weird yellow cat. And here's cat in a sewing basket. I feel like these should have been blocks of the month. Now here's a duplicate. Okay, so here's the cat with a yellow bird, and here's the same cat with a red bird. So, again, you just never know what you're going to find in these groups. There's a cat with a hedgehog. Oh, here's a third one. Bird with the blue bird, and here's little sleepy kitten. And here's the same cat, except she didn't embroider the eyes like they were closed. Little sewing basket cat. Oh, they're so cute. So again, these will probably go as a set. Pretty excited about rescuing these and making sure they find their way into the hands of someone who will make something out of them and love them. All right, so we have another one before we get to the box, which I don't remember what's in the box. What's in the box? All right, so all right, what is in here? Oh, these are cute. I remember this now. Now these, if I'm not mistaken, go over there. These are, so these are pre-printed, and this, as you can see, these blocks, they have numbers on them. They were all part of like usually a big panel, and they would be cut along like a dotted line. And for these are cross-stitched and embroidered animals. And we've got a lot of cats on this one. We've got like, I remember this listing being like, whoa, that is a lot of different cats that could all be part of the same cat quilt. So we've got like these, and then somebody embroidered these. These are the dogs. Okay, so there's cats and dogs, and then if I'm not mistaken, there's a lamb. Yes, here's a lamb. And the lamb is in all 4 colors. And then there's a bunny. And the bunny is in all 4 colors. So what I thought was cool about this one, okay, is that the lamb, the bunny, the cat, they were all done in the same thread so that the 4 animals matched. So you could do a set of just this like tannish brown one. Okay. So you could have like the lamb, the dog, the cat, and the bunny in this tan color. And then you could do the cat, the dog, the lamb, and the bunny in black, because they're all here, all four sets. And then there's gray. There's the gray cat, the dog, and the bunny. The bunny is cute. And the cat in brown. There's a brown set. So there's the brown, and then there's like an extra cat. So I thought that was neat. So you get like one of each color if you wanted to do them in 4 sets, right? So you've got, so you don't have to keep them. I don't have to keep them like the whole thing, right? There is enough here to do a pretty decent sized quilt. But if you just wanted the 4, okay, so you could do just the 4 in black, the 4 in tan, the 4 in brown, and the 4 in gray. And that way, you know, you have a small wall hanging or quilt that you could make out of them. See, how are you? Eastern North Carolina, thank you. They are so cute. And again, these were really popular. They were pre-stamped. I want to say that these are like 1940s, 1950s. So they're not terribly old. I take that back, because like 1940 was like 80 years ago. So it was a long time. So we're you know, we're getting up there with these, and they're just so darn cute. But you can see that there's like, you know, the cat, and like the individual animals are different color, right? So if you do the 4 in gray, okay, see, even the animal itself is in different color. Right, so it's not like they went and matched like green to green. You know, they're still sort of mixed up with color wise. I mean, look at that little lamb, so cute. These would have all been on the same panel, and then someone got ready to turn this into a quilt. And one little extra, maybe I will keep the extra, I'm not sure. Very, very cute. They would make cute throw pillows. Yes. Yes. I agree. These are adorable. So once again, these are all things that I am hoping to package and have in the shop as part of our opening here in Paducah. So again, while we are a very modern contemporary shop, we're going to have amazing throwback vintage items, and we will also have other vintage linens as well. And I have been madly collecting. And I mean, I have like a whole collection over here that you have yet not seen. I've shown a lot of it on camera before, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. We're going to talk about this box. I have to tell you, I kind of don't remember what's in this box, but this is the second box. It's heavy. This is the second box that has come wrapped in this paper, this like weird paper. And my husband got a box. He ordered a vintage item, and his box came in this nasty weird paper, and he couldn't understand what he was like. Where did this paper come from? And I'm like, I don't know, but yeah. Okay. Okay. So, wow. All right, there's a letter. There's a letter. Okay. The letter says, "Thanks. I didn't really want to sell these, but I've had them for several years now, and I couldn't talk anyone in my family into finishing them. And I'm certainly not going to, so I decided to list them. I think you'll find the needlework is highest quality and everything is perfectly clean. I don't know who the original artist was, but I'm sure she'd be grateful to know that someone is finishing her work. Please let me know if you have any questions or problems. Happy stitching, Kevin." Now I think I do remember this listing. And this box is huge. I don't remember it being this much stuff. Charlie's going to be so mad at me. He's going to be so angry. Okay, so I'm going to take this horrible wrapping off of it. And of course, it's like taped to the nines. So let's cut this open. Oh, my. Do I remember you now? Okay. All right. So we're just gonna take this out in stages because this is a lot. What we have here is failure to communicate. No, I'm kidding. These giant bags, and once again, more than likely, I will be listing these in the shop somehow. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I do remember this now. Can I tell you, I bought like so much stuff at one time. Okay. Like, is there more? Yes, there's more. Okay. What's in here? I hope you're not gross. No, it just looks weird. Okay. We won't think about that for right now. Okay. So what I understood this to be were many, many pre-cut linen squares. Many of them pre-cut. There are so many pre-cut squares. And why they are all here, I will get to in a second. Oh my gosh, this thing is shedding all over me. The squares just go on and on. And this was shown in the listing. It's a big giant stack. Somebody's probably like, I bid on that. You got it and I didn't. They have kind of like just the tiniest little must. Just a tiny little bit of must. Oh, now that's interesting. Okay, so let's pull the video in. Let's do this. Okay. See that? That looks like it's left over from like a feed sack or a set. This is like some kind of cloth stamp. Okay. That's not what but you can see that again here too. Let me turn this. What does that say? Frisia is what it says. Something, I don't know. But this is all really good linen toweling type material. All been pre-cut. It looks like whoever did this, they tore it. Okay, so they tore it into strips. And the strips are tore it into squares. And here's why. This is an actual quilt squares of the 50 states, and I believe these are the state flowers. So remember, I showed you some of these earlier, state flowers. So we've got all 50 states here. So all the 50 states are ready. They're all been stitched. So they are all done. And I mean, there's just wow. They keep going. Okay, so then we're here at the end of Wisconsin, Utah, and yeah, she did these in double layers through 2 layers. Are they all like that? They are all like that. They are all double layers. Look at that. They've all been stitched through both layers. 2 layers, probably because she started and you can see shadowing even through the 2 layers. So this artist, this stitcher probably did not want that shadowing to appear, especially with any travel threads on the back. And so she used double layers on every single one of these. This is incredible. Okay, so we've got all the states, and we're let's see here. Indiana, Delaware. Most of these flowers are the same for a lot of states. Did you know that? Oh, look at Minnesota. Oh, that's pretty. It's a little lady slipper. Oregon. Okay, so these are all the states. And that was set 1. Then there is what looks like the whole thing for, and I mean, he's not wrong when he said that these were really high quality stitched. I mean, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. I mean, just no question. Really good condition, these things. So, wow. So the whole 50 states are here. And then this is what he sent. The transfers. This woman had the transfers for all 50 states for the birds. The all of the birds of the states. And you can see that these transfers, right? Washington, Illinois, you can see all how they will look. Okay. Most people did now these, these, oh wow, she spent a lot of money on these. $25 for these. So here's what the iron-on transfers look like. Okay. And these would be ready to be transferred to all of this material. So she had a full quilt ready to go. And then all of these transfers are for the different birds. And they're all here as well. So it does give you stitching recommendations for the individual blocks. And there's no reason that these iron-on transfers shouldn't work after all these years. But they've got all the states. So these are all 50 states of the bird transfers. And then there's all of the 50 states of the flowers. So here are the actual transfers for the flowers. And these are the ones that they did. And it says these are ready to finish. I don't know what that means. I thought it was the whole, because I know I've seen these in the set. So these could be used again. Oh, ho, 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 look, Alaska. I know it's in reverse. It's because it's a transfer. Alaska, Hawaii, Wisconsin is already done. I thought that when I bought this was all 50 states. So these ones are already finished. I know that. We could go back and count them. But these are the actual transfers for the states. So, wow. Wow. Nevada, Florida. How cool is that? Let's see. Oh, see, let's say I have the 50 state birds. They were embroidered by my aunt by marriage's mother and her grandmother. Several states have the same bird also. I just haven't finished planning the quilt layout. Yes. These are incredible. I'm in love. Now, some of these you can see they're much more faded than the others. And that's because they have been already used. But let's go through and go find a couple of these, because if it's in the Hawaii is in the not done pile, but I thought these were already here. And my friends, it was basically like, here's the 50 state birds and literally every single one of these. Now, she has already transferred some of these. So let's take a look. Oh, they're so very, very thin. Oh, you can barely see it. North Carolina. Is this the other side of it? It looks like this is the other side of the North Carolina. Because remember, she did hers in 2 layers. Okay, so North Carolina. I thought I saw that, though. Here's Rhode Island. There's Rhode Island. I think she wanted to do a second one. I think these started to bleed through, and maybe she abandoned these ones. Nebraska. Let's go take a look in the, because these ones are already transferred. We're going to put those aside. Let's go back here, okay? So, gosh, there's so many of them. And it's a big, thick pile. Look at that. It's a thick pile because they're doubled up. All right, so we've got North Dakota, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. They're not really in order. I thought they were. Oh, now see, now there's Alaska. So I thought that these were all here. But you just never know. There's Tennessee. Oh, look how pretty Louisiana's flower is. New York. I knew it was it's a rose. And there's Hawaii. So I think they're all here, but she did have some misfires when it came to because look at how it bled. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like really, really pink around the edges and really hard to see. So I think she tried doing that and it started to look like it bled. And then perhaps that's why she She stopped. Roxanne's finally here. Roxanne, I have not seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing wonderfully well. I miss you, my good friend. Um, so I feel like these were like misfires. And she went back and did them again, you know, because some of those misfires, I thought they were in here. Um, but maybe they're not. So I think, I'm gonna have to go through. Now see, here's South Carolina, Minnesota. South Carolina's there. Um, yeah, we're really just gonna have to go look for them all. Um, they're just so darn cool. There's so many. There's so many. They just don't stop. New Mexico. Um, they are. And this was somebody's like passion project because look at how much has been cut and ready for her to do the birds and possibly a whole second quilt. I am not going to tell you how much I got this for because you will be sad. I was a bit sad. That it was going for so little. And I think that, if you are to believe this gentleman who wrote this kind note, that he had gotten these, and was like, no one in his family wanted to take them on. I can see that, right? Oh, look at that. It's so cool. Okay, I do not live in Oklahoma, but look at that. That is really cool. So I don't know what to do here. Do we sell everything as a unit? Does it all go to one lot? Or do I break it up? And I don't think I want to break it up. I don't think I can. Look at that, Arizona. That's so cool. But you can see the shadowing like from behind. And that has got to be why she double layered this toweling, this gauze. Okay, it's what she had. And she tore it into these strips and used it. And but there are just a couple states that are not, I haven't seen yet. And so one of them being North Carolina here, which is so barely there. This one is Rhode Island, and I have not seen a Rhode Island yet. So perhaps it's not all here. That might be why I got it so cheap. You almost have to wonder, was this a transfer or not? Like, you can't even, it's got like pink. You can see the pinkiness. But was it a state or not? I don't think it was. But other ones are really like more clear. Yeah, Nebraska is right here. And what's behind Nebraska here? Maine. And so I haven't seen these. So I would say, yeah, they are really incredible. And I kind of agree, Roxanne, you kind of have to keep them together. So yeah, first I need to determine which ones are missing. And then fill in because some of these are pretty easy to see, like Rhode Island, easy transfer to see. But what, like what were these other ones? And I don't know if I would color them. I'm kind of like, I want to say I'm going to leave it up to the buyer. And you're probably like, "Oh my gosh, Cheryl, how can you part with it?" Well, I can't keep everything. um, but these are pretty awesome. Um, and I felt like I was rescuing it, and then it can go and be with someone else who would I could not break up my state birds knowing how much time went into each square. I agree. I don't think I want to break them up, but I also want to include, what I can here for someone to finish it and then put it together. Because these state block things are really popular. They're really, really popular. So yeah, I don't, it's hard to say if they're all here or not. I didn't think they were. And I think that's why I got this for such a good deal. Missouri. Utah, Wisconsin, Virginia. A lot of them are done. I haven't seen in Illinois yet. And I only say that because I'm from Illinois. So where's my Illinois represented? Where's my Kentucky? I haven't seen in Kentucky either. There's New York. Tennessee. There's quite a bit. Alaska. God, they just go on and on. I do love them. And I am not kidding. Like, this person just did the most beautiful stitching on here. So that's also fantastic. But all of the banners are done in brown. Those are all at least the same and matchy. You can see the little banner is done in brown. And this Oklahoma one, wow. Okay, so we know that the states are not complete. And the birds are all here. And the transfers are all here. So, even if you had to do the quilt by just what's here, and you have enough, like, oh my God, it's like pounds. It weighs pounds. That's why it was a giant box. Look at all of her squares that she has ready to go. It's insane. And so these are all for that. I guess this person was preparing to do the birds, and says these are ready to finish. But some of these are already done. But we know that, Delaware, I haven't seen a Delaware. But we saw Kansas, we saw some of these others. So yeah, we're going to have to go through and determine which ones are not done. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's what it is. They're mixed up. So these ones look like they are the ones that aren't done. Remember I said it looked very faint? I think that's because this one's been used. And we didn't see a Montana. So these must be the ones that aren't done. Maryland. I lived in Maryland a long time. Rhode Island. Now, here's the thing. Like, they are still transferable by using your a light box. Washington State. There you go. There's Washington State. California, we didn't see. Wyoming, we didn't see. New Hampshire, look at that. Those, so pretty. Nevada, I thought we did see Nevada. I guess we didn't. Florida, Charlie will be well represented. New Jersey, Charlie will also be there. Pennsylvania, Illinois. Yeah, so these were the ones. Good old Kentucky, the Blue Star. So these were then the ones that did here. This states here need to be finished. All right, now we know. I did not look through so good. So there's a good still 20 states to do. So this is a project. Okay, this is a good, decent project for someone. And they look like the ones that have been done, they look very well, like, I mean, they look well preserved. It's not like they haven't been well taken care of, the transfers. So that could be something that's completely separate, right? Is the transfers. So yeah, this was a good deal. That I just gotta point this over. Sorry, I dropped my phone. That is the pile of all of the that is insane amount of fabric. So yeah, this is a lot. It's a lot. You know what? We're just gonna hide it. Let's let's get that back up there. Oh, and then I put it on upside down. We're looking at the ceiling. Good Lord. It's gonna be one of those days. Yeah, so I think that this is a good save. We definitely have the bird transfers. We have the state transfers. Those are super awesome. The states, we can easily get the state information, for the ones that need to be finished onto there. So someone can buy the individual states or buy the pile and know how to and get the rest in order to finish it. So I think, I mean, it's a lot. I have so many of these like cool things that that are just waiting. You got here late. What are these? These are blocks, embroidered blocks that I purchased, and and they are going to be for sale in my store, in our Paducah brick and mortar shop. And that is, I've been collecting. There's a lot. You can go back and watch the early part of the video. They are all of these blocks. All of these saved and rescued embroidered blocks are going to be for sale in our shop. So we are definitely planning to have that vintage section of our shop. Roxanne, I must say the shop is looking good. You've been working hard. We have been busting our behinds to get this done. And it has absolutely been thrilling, but also like just nerve-wracking to beyond belief. We had a fabric rep meeting earlier this week. Was it 2 days ago now? I think it was Wednesday, and we have another one coming up this coming Wednesday. So there's even more fabric coming. See, oh my gosh, now I'm buffering. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. You'll be able to catch up. This video is going online. You'll be able to catch up. Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that. I hope you go back and watch the rest of the video because we have unboxed some crazy cool things. And they're all going into the shop, which will be open Wednesday of next week. Yes. And so I'm like, like what, and my hair's turning white because I'm just that insane. And it's been I haven't even had time to go get my hair done. So um yeah, we have reached the end of our hour together, my friends. But I will hope that you come and visit shop.muppin.com. We've always got good stuff on the website. We do have a lot coming out on the website very soon, including some of this stuff. So if there is something you are looking for, please do not hesitate. If you saw something in the video and you really want it, reach out, send me a message. I would love to show those to you. My friends, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. I will see all of you on next Friday. Take care, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye bye.